As of my usual practice and the inner urge of devotion, I used to go to Siddh Hanumanji temple every Tuesday. It's nearby our location, so I prefer to go there. And I have been going there for last many years, couple of years. I remember one thing from the last Tuesday. What happened? As usual, I left from home to go to that temple, and I bought 4 laddus of prepared in deshi ghee from one famous sweet shop to offer as prasadam before God. That shopkeeper asked for 65 rupees. I gave it to him. But I was surprised because last time he charged 50. So I asked him for the same, but he said, no, nothing like that. We give this only for this amount. We never given it. Maybe I had bought for 50 from some other shop, he explained. That's okay. But since that point of time, it dragged my attention. One more thing I had with me to offer, a packet of biscuit to be distributed outright of the temple. Then along with these two things, I went to the temple. And I offered that laddu box to the priest. Then that priest take out one laddu to offer before God in God's plate. What usually happens, there is already some already available prasadam, wherein he mix up from ours too. So he take out one and offer before the God. Then he mixed up the already available content from God's plate, to our box. Oh, but everything I was observing during the same time, I was chanting Hanuman Chalisa part as usual. But one thing was dragging my attention. That was one laddu in God's plate. At the same time, I realized that I am also brought with me a packet of biscuit to be distributed afterwards and outright the temple. So I thought, why shouldn't I offer the same before God as prasadam, then to distribute outside? It's okay. Then I offered the same biscuit packet before the priest and for the prasadam purpose. So what he did, he take out some 4-5 biscuit packs from there, and then he had to mix some prasadam from God's plate. Now what's happening? During the same time, I was keep chanting the Hanuman Chalisa part without being focused, because my attention was dragged up with that one laddu which was offered to the God's plate. Now listen carefully what happens. Due to the intensity of my imagination and thoughts upon that particular laddu which was in God's plate from my box, the intensity became too high then that the priest of that temple was struggling that what to add to the biscuit packet from God's plate. What he did, he picked up the same laddu which was offered from my laddu box and put that to the biscuit packet. Now what happens is, unknowingly or without even sense that my attention has been dragged completely from chanting Hanuman Chalisa part and the name of God to that one laddu. I received the same. And what I did, when I realized all this afterwards, that I distributed the biscuits outright the temple and taken back the biscuit laddu prasadam and biscuit prasad rest of whichsoever with me, I rushed to my house. But during returning to my house, I was realizing what happened. As I realized that I laughed a lot, let me tell you. My intensity of thoughts was too high before that one laddu which was offered from my laddu box to the God's plate, that God returned it to me. And maybe God is saying that I don't need your laddu, you just keep it with you, and I feed to the entire world on this planet Earth. who the hell are you and who the capable are you to feed, to offer me as a laddu? You just keep 4 of your laddu with you. I was laughing at the same time. And I was just overwhelming with this realization. I reached my house. I shared this thing with my family members. I share and thought it's worth sharing with you. I got 2 realization. One, if you have to just offer anything before God, it's not to be offered physically only. It is to be offered mentally also. There shouldn't be anything in your mind like you have been doing something. It has to be complete surrender. This is the first thing. And second thing is, our thoughts or our imagination are so strong and powerful that if we put the power of these imagination and thoughts to something which has significant role in our life, which can be very significant to our life, which can be worth a fulfillment of our career and life, so nobody can stop us to get that. But the intensity of that should be so high. So after sharing it with my family, I thought it's worth sharing with you too. So please bless me with your perception and a suggestion towards this entire episode of Temple and my realization. Thank you so much. Until next time, this is Dr. Ashwini Sharma signing off. Get back to you again.